Here it is, the biggest debut-selling album of all time. Over 30 million copies sold in the US. Gunners. Well, let's kick it off this way with Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. I mean, for a debut album to do that well, I mean, they hit the heights pretty quickly, and they had to keep up with the whole action that was going on around them. They didn't have trouble falling into that rock and roll lifestyle, if you know what I mean. Now, Paul Stanley from Kiss was asked to produce the album, but when he came in to talk to the band and Geffen, he wanted to change a lot of arrangements with the drums and bits and pieces. They basically told him to f*** off. And well, okay, they didn't. They probably said something like, well, thank you very much, but we'll go in another direction. Anyway, a guy called Clink comes in. Hello, Clink! Comes in and he decides he's going to produce that album and the next one as well. And he does a pretty good job. Another interesting little tidbit just on the Paul Stanley thing. Slash actually did want a piece of the pie. Ace Frehley was out and Slash wanted in. He kind of had the look going on, the long dark hair, wanted to be a Kiss member, and but basically Paul Stanley said, nah, mate. Okay, it wasn't like that. Again, it was probably more like, well, hey, nice to have you apply, but catch you around. Tidbit time. November Rain could have easily made it onto Appetite for Destruction. They already had the track down, but they decided to hold back and throw it on the next album, which they did. Besides, they already had Child of Mine. That was kind of going to do big things, right? Right. Many of the 80s rock bands, Def Leppard, Motley Crue included, and especially Guns N' Roses, will be thanking God for MTV. Is it kosher for a rock band to use a synthesizer? Well, a lot of them do. They just don't kind of admit to it. But Guns N' Roses did. And it was Paradise City on the album that actually is the only track that uses a synthesizer. The band formed in 1985. They've released to date 6 albums. Half a dozen-ish, give or take. Anyway, look, and to date, as far as rock bands go in the US, I mean, they're a hard act to beat in terms of numbers and sales. So, sure, there's been a lot of ups and downs, and there've been furors and things like that. Hey, good book to read while I'm thinking about it. Slash, he has a bio out, The Dirt, The Grit, something like that. It's really a gritty read. But well worth it. It's a great insight into him, although he could have named some names, Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses, one of the world's best rock albums ever. Well, this has been the kind of episode that makes my parents proud that they disowned me decades ago. Until next time.